Hey there, friend. Let's pause for a moment and face something real. Cheating isn't a sudden storm that crashes into your life out of nowhere. No, it's more like a faint wisp of smoke curling through a cracked window, so subtle you barely notice it at first. But once it's there, it seeps into everything, your peace, your routine, your heart. A woman who cheats, she doesn't cover her tracks perfectly. She leaves traces, little fingerprints on the life you share. And deep down, your gut is already whispering the truth. Ready to face it, let's dive in and uncover the signs together so you can see clearly and reclaim your strength. This isn't about feeding paranoia or pointing fingers. It's about recognizing patterns, the kind that tug at your chest, that quiet ache that says something's off. If you've ever felt her slipping away like she's there, but not really there, this is for you. We're going to walk through the signs not to dwell on pain, but to empower you to trust your instincts. Because you're not crazy. You're just awake. First, let's talk about the disconnect that hides behind a smile. She's still in your life, right? You see her every morning, hear her voice saying, "Good morning, but something's missing." Have you noticed it? Her eyes don't meet yours like they used to. You ask, "How's your day?" and she tosses out an "I'm fine" as quick as a reflex. But it lands hollow like words meant to fill space, not share truth. It's subtle, but it's there, a shift like a melody that's gone out of tune. Picture this, you're sitting across from her, cracking a joke that used to make her light up, her laughter filling the room like sunlight. Now she smiles, but it's polite, distant, like the kind of smile you'd give a stranger in an elevator. Her body's there, but her spirit, it's somewhere else. The joy that once danced in her eyes, the way she leaned into your presence, it's fading. And that, my friend, is the first sign. She's disconnecting, not with arguments or packed bags, but with a quiet drift that's harder to pin down. Maybe she says she's tired, that work's been rough, or she just needs a little space. Those words sound reasonable, don't they? But deep down you feel it, they're not building a bridge to you. They're buying her time. You're not imagining this because you're emotional. No, you're seeing it because you're observant. A man who trusts his instincts doesn't brush off patterns just because they're uncomfortable. He watches, he listens. And what you're hearing, what you're feeling, is her heart slowly pulling away. It's not loud, it's not dramatic. It's love starting to feel like a chore, like her presence is a performance she's keeping up. Why? Because when a woman's emotional energy is being poured somewhere else, she's got to ration what's left for you. What you get is just enough to keep things normal, to stop you from asking too many questions, to keep you from walking away first. But let me tell you something. You're not insecure for noticing this. You're witnessing the slow fade of intimacy, and it's real. If you stay silent, you risk losing more than her. You risk losing your own sense of worth. Emotional betrayal doesn't start with bold lies. It starts with the quiet death of truth. And that brings us to the second sign. She starts hiding in plain sight. She's not slamming doors or raising her voice. She's just selective with her words. Remember when you knew everything about her day? The annoying coworker who stole her lunch, the weird dream she laughed about what she grabbed for lunch. Those little forgettable details used to spill out naturally. Now they're locked away, and the silence feels heavier than any argument. Stay with me here. These signs aren't about catching her in the act. They're about trusting yourself. You deserve a love that's honest, that's present, that doesn't leave you questioning your worth. Let's keep going because there's more to uncover, and I'm right here with you. We've been talking about those quiet shifts, the way she's there. but not fully present, hiding pieces of herself in plain sight. Now let's dig deeper. The signs are stacking up, and they're not just in your head, they're in the way her world is starting to close you out. Ready to see what's next? Let's keep going together to uncover the truth with clear eyes and a steady heart. Her life used to be an open book, every page shared with you. The silly moments, the frustrations, the dreams. Now it's like she's built walls, compartments you're no longer allowed to enter. She still talks, sure, but it's careful, selective, like she's curating a version of herself just for you. Have you felt it? The conversations that once flowed like a river now feel like a trickle, safe and surface level, never diving deep. That's the first shift, and it stings because it's so subtle. Then there's the phone. Remember when it was just a thing left on the counter, tossed on the bed? No big deal. Now it's glued to her hand, face down, notifications hushed. She tilts it away when she types, like she's guarding a secret. You haven't asked for her password or accused her of anything, but somehow she's already defensive. If you even mention it, she might snap, "You're being paranoid," or "Why are you so controlling?" But let's be real. Truth doesn't need to hide. A man who trusts his instincts knows that love doesn't build shields, it tears them down. This isn't about control. It's about contrast. Think about who she used to be: open, warm, transparent, sharing her world without hesitation. Now she's guarded, evasive, choosing her words like she's walking on glass. That's not growth, my friend. That's concealment, and concealment always has a reason. Cheating doesn't start with a grand betrayal. It starts small: own locked door, one missing detail, one piece of her life you no longer have the key to. And the hardest part? She might want you to doubt yourself, to question your gut, because as long as you're blaming your instincts, she doesn't have to explain her actions. But you're not imagining this. You're seeing patterns, and that's your strength. Which brings us to the third sign: her body's still there, but her intimacy, it's slipping away. You share a bed, but it doesn't feel like home anymore. There's a chill where warmth used to be an invisible wall between you. Some nights she turns away without a word, leaving you staring at the ceiling, wondering what changed. Other nights she might initiate, but it feels off. Too intense, too staged, like she's performing to prove something or to hide it. What's worse, the silence that makes you feel unwanted, or the passion that doesn't feel like it's for you? Here's the truth. When a woman's heart is drifting emotionally or physically, her intimacy changes. It might fade completely, or it might twist into something forced, but it's never the same. Real intimacy isn't just about touch. It's about presence, that soul-deep connection that makes you feel seen. Without it, you're left kissing a shadow, holding someone who's not fully there. Your body feels borrowed, not cherished. When you try to talk about it, she might brush it off. You're overthinking, she'll say. I'm just tired. But you're not too sensitive, you're awake. Sex is a language, and right now, it's not speaking love. It's not fluent. It's artificial, like a script she's reading from. And here's the Stoic truth: a woman can't fully share her body with you when her soul is tethered somewhere else. Trust what you feel, because your heart knows what your eyes can't yet prove. Keep walking this path with me. These signs are your guide, not your cage. You deserve a love that's whole, honest, and true. Let's uncover the rest together. We've been tracing those subtle shifts: her guarded heart, the intimacy that's fading, the way she's pulling away while standing right beside you. Now let's shine a light on the next signs, the ones that cut deeper, but empower you to trust your truth. You're not here to chase shadows. You're here to see clearly. Let's keep moving forward together. The longer you ignore these signs, the more you silence your own intuition just to keep her comfortable. But you're stronger than that. A man grounded in reason doesn't bury the truth. He faces it, studies it, and acts. When the warmth of love fades, you don't blame the chill in the air. You ask, has someone else already sparked a flame? That's where the fourth sign comes in. She starts picking fights that don't add up. You forgot to text her back, and suddenly she's saying you don't care. A dish left in the sink. Now you never listen. You answer simply, and she's dissecting the tone of your voice. At first, you try to fix it. You apologize, replaying conversations in your head, wondering, did I miss something? But here's the truth. This isn't about the text, the dish, or your tone. It's displacement. She's not fighting you, she's wrestling with her own guilt. When a woman's heart crosses a line, or even thinks about it, she needs distance. And distance, it often hides behind conflict. If she can paint you as the problem, she's no longer the villain in her story. If you're cold, distant, or not enough, her stepping away feels less like betrayal and more like survival. It's insidious because she convinces herself first, then tries to pull you into her narrative. Before you know it, you're on defense in a battle you didn't start, tiptoeing through a home you built, shrinking to fit the flawed version of you she's created. But you see through it, don't you? These arguments aren't about fixing things. They're camouflage, a way to shift the spotlight from her choices to your faults, real or made up. If she's the wounded one, her next steps feel like freedom, not disloyalty. A grounded man doesn't play that game. You're not here to carry her guilt or argue with someone who's already cast you as the bad guy. You observe, you detach, and you guard your peace. Winning isn't about shouting louder, it's about walking away from a fight that's rigged. Now the fifth sign, and this one's quieter, like a whisper that lingers. Her future, it's starting to erase you. Remember when her dreams were woven with we? When we get a place shed, say, or shed talk about trips, growth, building a life together. Now her words shift. It's, I've been thinking of moving, or vague plans about healing and evolving, but your name's missing. It is not a loud rejection, just a soft edit, like she's rewriting her story without you. This one hurts because she's not pushing you out. She's just making you feel less at home. The plans, the us, the shared horizon, they're fading, replaced by a space she's carving out for herself, one you're not invited into. It's not about something you did. It's about her mind already halfway out the door. You deserve a love that includes you, that builds with you. Trust what you see, because these signs aren't chains, they're your path to clarity. Stay with me. We're not done yet. You're reclaiming your strength, one truth at a time. Let's uncover the rest together. We've seen her future quietly erase you, her words and dreams no longer holding a place for us. Now let's face the final truths, the ones that hurt but set you free. You're not here to cling to illusions. You're here to reclaim your clarity. Let's walk through this last stretch together with courage and heart. When you try to talk about the distance, she brushes it off. You're being dramatic, she says, or you're just insecure. But deep down, you know better. People don't dream of leaving unless they have already taken steps toward the door, first in their heart, then their mind, and soon their life. By the time she says, "I'm done," it's not a choice. It's a confirmation. She's been rehearsing this exit for weeks, maybe months, in every quiet moment she pulled away. Every time she said, "I need time," it wasn't a plea, it was a countdown. While you held on, hoping for the warmth you once shared, she was getting used to the cold. That's why her hugs feel like a machine, stiff and empty. That's why her eyes dodge yours like she's already somewhere else. Your presence, it's tolerated, not cherished. And here's the hardest truth, she's not confused. She's practicing a life without you, removing you from her tomorrow before she steps out of your today. If you don't accept the exit she's already planned, you'll be left wandering a relationship that's already gone like a ghost in your own home. But you're stronger than that. A grounded man doesn't beg or chase. He doesn't linger where he's being pushed out. Dignity doesn't shout, it simply walks away head high while she still thinks she's in control. Because cheating, it doesn't start in secret meetings. It starts in the silence, in the questions she won't answer, in the smiles that feel hollow, in the fine that lands like a lie. A woman doesn't cheat the day she's with someone else. She cheats the moment she disconnects from you and chooses not to return. Those signs, the guarded phone, the fading intimacy, the fights over nothing, they were never just phases. They were signals you tried to explain away. But you don't chase shadows, do you? You don't argue with energy that's already left. And you never beg for a place in a heart that's closed its doors. Here's the final truth. If she had to betray you to find herself, she was never truly yours. Betrayal isn't just a loss, it's a mirror showing you what you deserve, a love that's honest, present, and whole. So stop doubting your gut. Stop second-guessing what you feel. You're not here to shrink yourself to fit her choices. You're here to stand tall, to choose yourself, to walk toward a life that honors your worth. If this hit home, if it cleared the fog, you've been lost, and drop clarity in the comments. Clarity isn't pain, it's freedom. And if you're ready to stop guessing and start trusting your instincts, hit that subscribe button. Join us here where we sharpen minds, face the truth, and build a life of strength. You've got this. Take the first step today.